Hi everyone, Aaron here for Zollotech, and iOS 12.2 Beta 5 has been out for about 5 days now, and I've been using it on my iPhone XS Max. Now, this particular beta seems to be very stable, and I did do a YouTube community poll where almost 6,000 of you responded, and we'll take a look at that in a moment, but I compiled a list of everything you said that you were having issues with. And the good thing is that list is not very big, so I compiled that list on all phones, including going back to the iPhone 5S. So everything from the 5S to the 6 to the 6S, all of them, they're all the same this time, which is good. It means Apple has evened everything out across all of those different devices and iPads as well, and everyone is saying that it's smooth and fast. But there are a couple issues. So for me, it's been the fastest and smoothest beta in a long time. Things feel nice and smooth. I haven't had any stutters. And I know some people were saying with the iPhone XS and XS Max, if you leave them idle for about 10 seconds, they can hiccup. I don't know if that's a processor difference or what. I really cannot reproduce that no matter what I'm on. It does not matter what device I'm on or anything. I've tried the XS and the XS Max. I can't reproduce it. I wish I could just to see what it looks like, but I don't know if it's the difference in processor manufacturers or what. Now, everyone that's been using this has said, like I said, it's smooth and fast, but there are a couple issues. Wi-Fi and Bluetooth seem to be common issues, and only one person said that they were having LTE connectivity issues, which I find interesting because I've actually had that issue. When I get down to 1 or 2 bars like I have here, sometimes it just won't work. So if I'm not on Wi-Fi, the connectivity doesn't work for me. I'll have to turn on airplane mode, turn it back off, and then it will work again just fine. So for me, that's been a little bit of an issue, but everyone else is saying that settings still locks up again. Now, this was an issue before that seems to have gone away and then come back. So it seems like settings will sometimes you'll go in here and it will lock up. Thankfully, I haven't had this issue, but I have seen it on the XS and some of the other devices. So I don't know what the issue is here, but there's definitely something going on. They'll probably fix it in the future. But aside from that, people are also saying that the App Store is freezing on them. I haven't had that one myself, but they are saying that the App Store is freezing or locking up or crashing, along with the News app, only for a couple people, but I actually don't use the News app too often. I tend to use Google News. Now, as far as battery is concerned, battery has been quite good for me. Let me go over to battery. Now, I do switch phones from time to time, so you'll see here there's a gap there, but the days that I was using it, this is about 60% battery life, and I had 2 hours or 3 hours and 11 minutes of screen on time and 30 minutes screen off time. Now, keep in mind that is 33 hours with 60% battery life left at the end of the day. This one is even better, 4 hours and 40 minutes, and I used Google Maps for 23% of the time. So it's actually quite good. Most people are saying battery life is really, really good on this beta, and it seems like it's pretty close to the final when they're going to release this to the public. Now, we do know about a couple events. We do know that on the 25th, there's an event, and at that event, we'll probably see some software. Some people seem to think we'll see new iPads. Others are doubtful about that. It's hard to say at this point, but that's probably when we'll see this finally released. We may see another one on the 18th, but it's hard to say at this point. But the final on the 25th looks highly likely. Now, in June, we should see WWDC. Apple sent out invites for that, and that means in June, on the 3rd, we should see iOS 13 for the first time. Now, that means it'll come to developers, and then usually once beta 2 comes out, it comes out to public beta testers, and then we'll release in September with the new iPhones. So that's it as far as the experience. It's been great on all of the phones, including the 5S, all the way through to the XS Max, all of them. A lot of people were saying it was great on the XR as well. So let's take a look at the YouTube community poll, and 5.9K. Let me refresh. I just got done reading through every comment just to make sure I could see what was going on, what you said, but you'll see it says 5.9K votes or 5,900 votes. 23% of you said it was great. 4% said it was terrible. Only 6% said okay, but some bugs. I'm on 12.1.4, and I think a lot of people will be happy going from 12.1.4 to 12.2. It seems to be a lot better, and then only 15% are using older versions, either just to keep that or to jailbreak. So let's go down and take a look at some of these comments. We'll only take a look at a few this time. I did go through every one of them. Like I said, I also responded to some of them, and one of them at the top we'll take a look at is how to install this. You have to be a beta tester or a developer. Otherwise, you won't get this update until the final one comes out. So you'll see great on iPhone 5S. 10R looks good so far. My settings are freezing, like I said, on a 10S. It's pretty slow on an iPhone 8 Plus. That is the only person I've seen say it's slow. Most people are saying smooth sailing on my iPhone 10s and iPad Pro 11-inch, great performance and battery life. Speed pretty good overall. Settings in App Store, though, seem to freeze every now and then, almost like the App Store is getting cleared out of RAM, and Wi-Fi range actually seems to be less than it has been. On the 10s Max, see if we can find some other devices. Flawless on my 10R, no issues at all. Great on my iPhone 10, stutters have seemed to go away, no drop on Wi-Fi or LTE, battery life is good, very buttery smooth, this has to be close to the GM. Great on iPhone 7 Plus, no issues at all, very fast. Take a look at a couple more. iPhone 6 Plus, phone seems noticeably faster compared to Beta 4, battery life has remained good. Wickedly smooth. Hope they keep this functionality in the final upgrade. iPhone 6s, absolutely fantastic battery, is way better on iPad Pro and iPhone 6. Running buttery smooth on my iPhone SE. I'm still on Beta 4, but 5 has to be a bit smoother. I would always update on a beta. It's kind of the way betas go, is you're testing for them as well. You get to see some early features, and you give them feedback, and you want to always update to the next version of a beta if you're a beta tester. And then again, this one, like I was mentioning earlier, how do we update if we don't show it on settings? You need to be a beta tester or a developer. So that's it for this time around. Let me know what you think in the comments below as far as what you want to see with iOS 13. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Everyone seems to want a dark mode, but what other features do you think would be great to see? We just saw Android's version of their next OS, and there's not a whole lot going on, just some refinements. So it'll be interesting to see if Apple's just going to continue to refine things or if they're actually going to revamp iOS like we were kind of hoping. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Of course, I'll link this wallpaper in the description as I always do. If you haven't subscribed already, though, please subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If not, the other one's okay too. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.